So I'm not exactly sure why it's only letting me stream in portrait, but that's the way it is right now. Yeah, I want to talk to you about Yvette Carnell and Pascal Robert. They've been in a Facebook, YouTube feud for the last week. And so what happened was Pascal Robert, he posted a article from LinkedIn online. The article said there's 250,000 black men in the upper class. Now, you know Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore do all the data on black wealth, and if you watch them, you know that's not true. So, basically, Yvette took his article and just dissected it, completely dissected it, and she basically went through all the data and showed that there really aren't 250,000 black men in the upper class. There's hardly any. All black money is in the hand of baby boomers. And to be in the top richest 5% of black America, you only need $350,000. So, I mean, basically just destroyed the whole article. And Pascal Robert should have really double-checked the article. Turns out it was really made by a right-wing think tank connected to Charles Murray. Charles Murray is the guy who's running around saying that black people have statistically lower IQ. Just, ridiculous stuff. And really, Pascal should have really looked into it better. So I actually stopped following him on Facebook behind this. So he was on Facebook this last couple of days just attacking Antonio and Yvette. He tried to say Antonio was obsessed with becoming famous, which, I mean, pretty much anybody on YouTube wants to be famous. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, you wouldn't be here unless you thought it would, could blow up and, you could really turn it into something. So, that's that, and then he tried to say different stuff about Yvette. He never said anything outright homophobic, but it was always kind of like some of the stuff I thought was kind of in poor taste. But he was trying to say that in one of the posts that the only reason black people in America got any level of rights is because whites were scared of the Communist Party that would join the Communist Party. That's just obviously not true. So if you know anything about the Communist Party in America, so it started in World War I, and they were trying to get a whole bunch of black people to subvert America and try to sabotage the government. So that was when World War I started. Well, as it goes on, America has to ally with Russia. And then Russia basically just leaves all these subversive groups by the wayside. They're just like, oh, well, we need their allies and their alliance right now. So they tried to get black people to join the American army at that point. And it's always like that. It's always just with the winds of the politics is how these Communist Party would align with black people. Because if you watch the Scottsboro Boys case, you look that up, now the Communist Party ended up helping the Scottsboro Boys. Now they did end up helping them. But a lot of the talk in the Communist Party was why are we trying to help black people? Because it's just going to bring a bunch of trouble and negative publicity to the Communist Party, and black people have very little to help us out with. So, when you start reading up on the Communist Party, it's not really a friend of black people. I mean, it never has been. The National Negro Conference, if you look at that completely fell apart because they had too much Russian interference. And because they had all the Russian interference, they were subverted by the government. They had spies in there. I mean, the Communist Party has never been very strong in America. I mean, they jailed Debs. I mean, that right there shows you how strong the Communist Party was in America. If you just jail one of the main leaders and then nothing really happened. So nobody rioted to get Debs out. I mean, people admired him and felt he was a martyr, but beyond that, nobody did anything. So Pascal Robert, he posts a lot of Facebook stuff kind of down in America and saying, you know, down with America, calling America the devil. But he lives here. You know, he's ethnically Haitian, and his whole posts are always pro-Haiti. But, I mean, he doesn't live there. I mean, he doesn't. And then he'll try to say America is the great Gog and Magog or whatever. But, again, he's not moving to a Muslim country. He's a Muslim. He doesn't move to a Muslim country. So, I mean, it's kind of just hot air, in my opinion, of Pascal. He just wants to sound tough to himself. I mean, if America falls, black people hurt worse than anybody because most of us are on government assistance. So, I mean, like, it's just kind of silly. I mean, we really need pragmatic leadership that's really realistic about what we can and can't do at the moment. This faux revolutionary stuff, I mean, it was cute maybe in the 70s, but now it's just kind of played out. And nobody black really wants to try to overthrow America. We don't have the resources for that. And everybody knows we don't have the resources for it. So it's kind of silly to keep going over that same stuff. And, you know, all the countries that are controlled by black folks at this point, I mean, I really wouldn't want to move to any of them. I mean, so I kind of like Yvette and Antonio because they're a little bit more realistic about what we can and can't do and where we can start, and, you know, taking baby steps. And Pascal tries to say there is begging for crumbs from the government. Well, crumbs you still eat with crumbs, like Yvette said. So, I mean, you got very few black people who could really even go out and try to live like an independent nation. We don't have enough black people that's in vital industry for that. I mean, how many black people you know that are in like large-scale agriculture? Or how many black people you know involved with like lumber production? I mean, those are going to be vital industries if we try to become independent. So, I mean, if you don't really have an answer for none of that stuff, I mean, I don't really know what to tell you. I mean, I think you should just be a little bit more realistic about what you can and can't do and move from there. So, yeah, that's all I really got to say. So, thanks.